Hey guys, alright, so I'm going to just give it a couple minutes and see if there's anyone going to join me live. Again, you know that this video will be available for you to play back at any time. So of course that's the whole reason for me doing it here in the Facebook group, so that you'll always have it. The last couple times I've done videos, I've tried to save them in my phone, and they haven't saved, and I don't really know why because I have lots of space. But they haven't saved. So hopefully they're going to save, and then I'll be able to maybe upload them to our Google Drive. So I had soccer tonight, so hence this appearance. So it is what it is. That's the beauty of this business, right? Is that we can do it like whenever works for us, kind of thing. So it kind of showed me that 9:30 is a little bit tight for me to be on doing the video, because of course soccer doesn't end until 8:30, 8:45, and it's in Paradise. So I'll probably be logging on like just like this, like just after soccer. I haven't even showered when I do this Thursday night, but I'm sure you guys don't really care. I also have the camera kind of facing at me because I've got the new arm that I showed you guys earlier, which I'm super excited about because now I don't have to touch anything. But I don't know if it's going to be the right angle or not. It's probably not, because you're going to see all my chins, but we'll figure that out as the days go on. So I posted up earlier to show you guys the Google Drive, which I'm super excited about, because for a long time we've just been uploading files into our group, and it's really hard because you can't find anything. It's not like it's sorted. You can't put it in folders or anything like that. So the structure that you guys will see on the Google Drive is actually the structure that I have on my USB. So anytime you guys ask me for stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's on my USB at work. I'll get it for you Monday, right? But this way, you guys will have access to all the documents that you need whenever you need them. So I kind of thought it was the best way. And I set it up exactly like my USB is set up. So the main categories of business are there, and then everything is underneath. So if there's something that you can't find, just let me know. You can also do a search within the drive. So if there's something that you can't find, like you think there's a different word or something like that, just maybe search it. You might be able to find it if you can't find the exact root. Or yeah, that's what we'll say. We'll say root. Okay, so this is a new training that I'm doing. I'm hoping that I'm going to try to be able to keep it like a half hour, but I really don't know because it's a 2-part class. So every week is going to have a business management type class, and then there's also going to be like a product kind of knowledge as well. So tonight's is all about time management, and then foundations. So I do have water with me because I just ran for an hour. So I do have, like I said, 2 parts to kind of teach you tonight. Again, these documents now you can actually find on the Google Drive. So if you go in under March 2020, and then this training session is there. So it's called, and I'll post this after. It's backwards for you. It's called Make It Happen, Boss Babe. So what I'll do is, after I'm done this session tonight, I'll post the document out so that you can actually see it. All the other documents, like the add-ons, are in there, but the actual training part itself you guys can't see. It's all 1 page, and I didn't want to give it to you in advance because I didn't want you to not come on the video. So it's 1 page. Every week is just 1 page, which is really convenient. And then I'll give you some extra tips that I kind of have as well, things that I use. And then, yeah, if you guys got any questions as we're going through, just ask them. Okay. So basically, my thought is this: how many of us have a full-time job? I'm venturing to say almost probably everybody in our unit. Everybody in our unit probably has a full-time job. And of those of us who have a full-time job, how many of us would you say have like set hours? Like, we don't work shift work. So you might work like Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, or 9 to 5, or whatever the case may be. I would also say that the vast majority of our unit also has set hours, whether that be that you're in school or that you work a job. Most of us have set hours. Some of us have different hours, but most of us have set hours, okay? So when you have set hours, and when you know what your set hours are, so for example, for me, I work 8 to 4 Monday to Friday, okay? I show up 8 to 4 Monday to Friday because those are my hours, right? So because of that, my boss has set those hours, right? I'm required to show up. So it's really funny because entrepreneurs are naturally free-spirited, right? And so that's kind of why you come into your own business, whether it be direct sales or something else, because you like freedom and flexibility and all that kind of stuff. So entrepreneurs really usually don't want to be tied down with schedules, which is kind of funny. But if I were to ask you guys, how many of you right now currently feel like you're all over the place with your business, like you're constantly running in circles, like you feel like you're just not ready to start, or you're just not ready to make a move, how many of you would agree or say yes? Like that's you, that you just there's something you just, and it's always I'm not organized enough, or I don't know enough, or there's always a reason. Like anyone ever feel like that? Everyone feel like they're just like constantly trying to get going, but they can't get going. Anyone feel like that? What's funny is that we're all entrepreneurs, right? And so we don't want schedules, but you would actually find more freedom and more flexibility if you actually created a schedule for yourself. And you guys have heard me talk about the weekly plan sheet before, but I know they're not being used. So that's just a reality. But we're going to talk a little bit about those tonight and a couple of other tools, okay? So the first thing that's in here, I'm going to read out some of this stuff that's in the training, just because I want to kind of keep you guys, you're probably going to laugh because it's probably some stuff that you've heard me say before. Okay, so let's talk about time management. Managing your time is one of the best things that you can actually do for your business, okay? So it is one of the best things that you can do. If you don't have your time managed properly, you are constantly on a hamster wheel, and you're just absolutely drove all the time. You don't know what to do, you don't know where to get started, and you don't know how to get started, okay? If you learn how to manage your time, then owning your own business will bring flexibility, financial freedom, and fun, because that's ultimately what this is supposed to be, is fun. If you don't learn how to manage your time, however, you'll feel like you're running in circles, trying to get things done, and at the end of the day, you probably haven't accomplished anything. So anybody have like a running to-do list that's just getting like huge, and you just never tick anything off it? You just constantly add things to it, but you never actually accomplish them. Why is that? Why do we have to-do lists, but we never actually tackle them? It's because we haven't managed our time. It's because we sit there and at night, and maybe you've got 20 minutes, right? And instead of actually doing something productive for the 20 minutes, we're just like, you know what? It's only 20 minutes, so I'm just going to watch a TV show on Netflix. Or it's only 20 minutes, so you know what? I'm just going to sit here and scroll through Facebook, right? We're all guilty of it. I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of that, but we're all guilty of it, okay? And what I find is that I was really bad for a long time for creating to-do lists and just never taking anything off of them. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. So I've gotten better with that, and I've decided that I create to-do lists now. This is my to-do list for like March, okay? So I create to-do lists, and I've decided that I am going to start with the hardest thing, and I'm just going to tick it off, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to do it until it's done, and that is it. And I've got things on there that are overdue and they shouldn't be on there, but they're on there. And so you just have to sit down, you just actually have to do it. Like, focus on the time and do it, okay? So making a plan of action using simple tools, a few simple tools, will actually help to keep you on track with managing your time. First, you will want to make a weekly plan sheet. How many times you guys heard me say that? Weekly plan sheet, okay? For all of your activities, not just Mary Kay, for everything, okay? Have one that is a master copy of what your dream week would look like. Start with God first and your me time, then add in your family time and activities. Finally, add your Mary Kay business and other job, and this will help keep your priorities in line. So I'm going to show you mine, okay? This is what I have, and I keep this at the front of my binder. I'll show you my binder in a second too, but I keep this at the front of my binder, and I've got to update it now because this is out of date, but this is what I try to follow, okay? So this is what mine looks like. Okay, now it's probably hard for you guys to see back there, but anyhow, I kind of keep it so that every day I have work time. Now, guys, see the time? It starts at 5 a.m., right? That means that I'm up in my office at 5 a.m. Do you want to know why? As women, we never have time, okay? You guys, some of you have children, some of you will have children, and you will have husbands, and they are demanding of our time. And so you need to be in your home and awake when they aren't in order to really accomplish things, which is kind of funny, but it's true. So the morning is actually a really, really great time. When your house is sleeping, that is a really, really great time for you. And if you haven't read the book called A Miracle Morning, check it out. Okay. It's all about the 5 a.m. rising. And trust me, it's a real thing. So, okay, I've got daily office work. Then I've got daily personal time. So that is a half hour that I've scheduled. That could be me in my office here doing yoga. It could be meditation. It could be reading. It could be a half hour walking around the block. It could be gym, whatever you want it to be. Make time for you, okay? There is no reason why you shouldn't be making time for yourself. If you have, make time for yourself. That's all I can say. I don't want to say anything and insult anyone, so just make time for yourself. During the gray area, that's when I'm at work. All right, that's when I'm at my full-time job, so I can't do anything in there, right? But my lunch breaks, I can use those, right? So that's actually changing now. So I'm actually going to be doing a little bit different because I actually just got into the gym at work. So I'm actually going to I'm going to gym classes on my lunch breaks now. So I was using my lunch breaks though for booking, follow-up, and deliveries. So I'm going to have to change this up now, right? And figure out a different dream week and what it looks like. But if you have a lunch break, for the love of all that is holy, use it, okay? Use your lunch break. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on Facebook. Don't be idle. Use the time. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you know that you have a 20-minute window or a 30-minute window or a 40-minute window or a 1-hour window, and you know that that's all you have, and you have everything ready to do what you need to do, you will be productive in that time, even if it is only 20 minutes, okay? I sat here yesterday and I had soccer last night at 8:30. Well, soccer again tonight too, but I had soccer last night at 8:30. And I had 20 minutes before I had to leave the house. And I was here and I thought, you know what? I was like, I have to cut out these Bessie coupons for these Go Kits that we're preparing. And I have literally had them sitting over on that shelf, like right there. See, right there. See, there's some papers there. I've literally had some stuff sitting there that I just have to cut with my trimmer. It's not like I gotta take scissors. And I hadn't done it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. So that's what I did last night. I just did it, okay? And don't procrastinate, just do it. Anywho, I've scheduled in success meetings when our Facebook Live events are, if I'm doing anything like that, when my Red Jacket meeting is. Of course, Katie and I now meet Tuesdays at lunch, so I do have to update this. So this one, I haven't updated this since the new year started. That's the honest God truth. So this is what I was using up to the end of December. And then I had like 2 class slots, actually had 3 class slots every week that I had decided those were the times during the week that I was doing classes. So they were Wednesdays, I was doing 2, but now I play soccer. And then I was doing classes on Saturdays as well. So make one of these, okay, this is your blank one. Use your weekly plan sheet to create something that looks like what you want your ideal week to look like. So people always say to me, like, oh my God, you work a 9-to-5 job, you're so lucky. Well, if that's what you want, then create it. If it's not what you want, if you don't want to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, then don't create that for yourself. If you like to work till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, then create that for yourself. I'm a late night kind of gal, so I like to do things late at night. So for me to do videos this time of night or to like be in my office and doing stuff at 10 o'clock, it works for me. It fits my schedule. Janet, you just noticed you're signed on. Janet is a X-ray tech, okay? So I don't know if that's your actual title, but she does X-rays, okay? So her schedule's all over the place. So she might not have she may not know her schedule, but she would have an ideal week, what her ideal week looks like. And that's what you create with this. You just create an ideal week, okay? Like if the best case scenario, this is what you're going to do. And then if you're someone who just knows your schedule 2 weeks in advance, well, that is plenty, because you don't want to book appointments any further out typically because they don't hold or you don't really follow up properly. So anyway, weekly plan sheet, huge. Okay. So that's just a suggestion. Create like your dream week, okay? One of the most important pieces of advice that I can give you, okay, for time management is to be in the moment. And you guys heard me talk a little bit last year about being present, but be in the moment, okay? When you're with your family, focus on your family. When you're at your other job, focus on your other job. When you are doing your Mary Kay, do your Mary Kay. Okay, so when you're with your family, focus on your family and don't work your Mary Kay business. Don't be on Facebook, don't be on your phone, put it down, it's rude. Okay, like there's nothing worse than sitting to a table with people and they're on their phones. I'm like, what is this? That's just absolutely foolish. Okay, so when you're working your Mary Kay business, focus on it and give it your all. Think of the weekly plan sheet as your chest of drawers. Okay, so think of this as a chest of drawers. Okay, and all the drawers are open at the same time. Like if this was a chest of drawers and you had all these different little time slots, okay? So all these were drawers, right? And you had all these drawers open at the one time. Well, you can't possibly have them all open at the one time because, well, first of all, your dressers will fall over. But it would also be chaos, right? So think about this as like everything, you know, every little square is a time slot, and you've got all these things and they're hauled out, right? And you're just like, oh my gosh, and all this stuff. So it's too overwhelming. So you have time slots for a reason. So for example, if you have booking right here in this time slot, and you have, you know, something else here in this time slot, only open the drawer for booking during that time slot. Okay, only open the booking drawer for that, like that half hour, because you can open it, you can do what you got to do, and then you can close it. Don't have 50 million things on the go at once. Trust me when I tell you, it will just be chaos in your world, okay? So the next thing that you're going to use, and the other tool that's here, and it's on the Google Drive as well, is a daily plan sheet. Now, depends on, Alicia and I are watching together. Okay, awesome, cool. I think you guys said that to me on Tuesday. What's today? Wednesday, Thursday. I'm so shagged up in the week, guys. Like, what day is it? Okay, so the other thing that you want to use is a daily worksheet. This one is really cool. It is a 2-pager. I know some of you are like me and you have a planner, right? So this is like my Bible, but if you're not someone who wants to have a big clunky planner and you would rather just have a piece of paper that you use every day or whatever, this is a really ideal one. So this one has so there is a section on here. It says today's Bible verse or inspiration. So again, faith first, family second, career third. Okay, it's whatever makes you happy. So six most important things to do in Mary Kay, and then other. So other to me is like life. Okay, so like dry cleaning, pick up kids from school. I hope you don't forget that. You know, it could be pick up prescription, drop off prescription, dog's grooming appointment, whatever. Okay, so anything like that. Menu for the day, which I think is really cool. So there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it gives you a little bit of meal planning. I'm going to tell you right now, you will never save yourself as much money as when you start to meal plan. It is crazy. Daily mental bath, of course, is booking, affirmations, training, and then hook up with your director. So that's there. It's a daily checklist for you to do that. There's a note section, and then there's also a schedule section, so you can actually schedule things in. That's the front side. There's a 2-pager with this. There are 10 booking attempts, okay? There are team building appointments and follow-up, so people that you've got to follow up with. Hostess and guest coaching. So this is a way that you never ever forget about people that you are doing facials with or are coming to your guest events or anything like that. You're never going to forget about them because they're right here on the sheet. And then customer care calls. So you know, who helped you with our year end or our month end? Who helped you? Like, have you called them yet? Have you sent them a thank you note? Have you recognized them in your VIP page and on your group? I recognize my clients every time they send me an order. I tag them in my posts in my VIP group and I say, thanks so much for your order. You helped my small business or something. I always thank my customers and I give them recognition too. Because guess what? This is a recognition-based business and you love recognition, but guess what? So do other women. So give them recognition if they order anything from you in your VIP group. It's not like you're blasting them out to, you know, all of Facebook, but give them some recognition. So use the daily worksheet to plan out the activities that you need to do for the day. That's so important. When people tell me they don't have a planner or they don't use like an online calendar or something like that, like I don't know how you people function. Good on you, but I don't know how you function because I just wouldn't be able to do it. There's just I just even without Mary Kay, I mean, how do you ever remember a dentist appointment or a hair appointment or a nail appointment or your kids' lessons or a party, right? How do you anyway, I don't know. God love you because I'd never be able to do it. So these are important to fill out the night before as the CEO of your business. Okay, so you know what's on the go the next day. Like it's almost like, I mean, I do it at work, right? I have a notebook that I fill things in. Like, what do I need to do tomorrow? It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Okay, it's just a bit more detailed. This is how you, as the boss, tell yourself what needs to be done. Making a list of the 6 most important things to do every day will actually keep you on track. It is amazing because Those are the 6 most important things that you have to do, and it keeps you on track. And you write those down. Anyone ever have trouble sleeping and you got like all these like thoughts like rolling in your head? I'm going to tell you now, if you start this exercise and write down the 6 most important things that you need to do the next day for Mary Kay and for your home life, you will sleep better. I assure you, you'll sleep better because you get those out of your head and on paper, and you know you're not going to forget them because they're on paper right next to your bed. So this is a huge sheet for me. If you are not a sheet person and you want to use a planner, then I totally recommend it. I am a freak from a planner. I love it. You know, this one in particular that I have has a section every, you know, it's like a weekly section. So, you know, you write down what you're doing for the week. And then it has like a notes, to-dos, reminders. And it even has a goal for the week, which I really like. So there's that. And then, of course, there's also in the front, there's like the monthly view, right? So like everything that I need to do for the month, whether it be a class or our meetings or anything like that. So like everything is in there. Okay. So whatever works for you, but for the love, my Lanta, please start planning. Okay. Super important. Oh, my girlfriend gave me these at work. Aren't they cute? So cute. Anyway, she's a freak like me for planners. So the next thing that you're going to do, I brought this up at our meeting on Tuesday, and I said, guys, at any given time, I should be able to reach out to you and I should be able to say, what were your sales for the month of February? What were your sales for the month of December? How many faces did you see in November? You should know these stats. You should know these things. You should know these things. You should know these things. And this is a sheet that's probably going to help you with that. And I think so. You just have to print it off every month. So it's really convenient. It's only once a month. You're not printing something every week. And it's called a Consultant Income Producing Activities. That's the name of it. So it's an IPA. So do you know what an IPA is? What's an income producing activity? Does anybody know what an income producing activity is? It's not paperwork. No, it's not being in Dollarama, buying your expanding fall folders or your bags for your swag bags. No, it's not. It's not scrolling through Facebook. It's not taxes. No, it's none of those things. Income producing activities. Hold a party. Facials, on-the-go appointments. Getting bookings. Sales. Career coffee. Guests at a guest event. New leads. Booking calls. Add a new team member. Things that are IPAs are things that are bringing you money. Okay? Quickly. Quicker. Like, obviously, yes, if you're going out and you're investing money in a swag bag or things for swag bags, you know, the idea is to amp up your classes and stuff, but no. Okay, so this is what the sheet looks like. It's really cute. So there's a list. I know it's probably backwards for you guys, but there's a list of what it looks like. And then it just goes through 1 to 31. Okay. And then on the bottom, there's a section where you can like total it up. So it says total IPAs for the weeks. So it's like the whole week. So it gives you like the 1st to the 7th, the 8th to the 14th. And so it says this, guys, if you're a part-time consultant, you want to try for 5 IPAs a week. If you consider yourself a full-time consultant, you want to try for 10 IPAs a week. Now, guys, what's a part-time consultant versus a full-time consultant? A full-time consultant is someone who works 10 hours a week. So a part-time consultant is someone who works like 2 to 4. Okay? So that's just so you know. And then leadership and CAR, meaning if you are someone who wants to go into DIQ or you want to do CAR, you should be doing 15 IPAs a week. Okay? So it's pretty cool. I really like this tracker. I think it's a great visual for you guys to have in your binder every month, and you can kind of work with it, and I think it's really, really wonderful. So off the back of that, I'm going to show you something else that I use personally for time management, and I think it's a huge piece for me because I'm constantly going back and forth, right? I'm at work, or I'm here, or I'm there, or whatever. So for me, if I don't have documents with me, then I can't properly work, really. Okay, so there's 2 things. This one thing is my binder. So why does that look like it's dirty? My glitter is wearing off. It must be. So this is my this is like my look at this. Jeez. Anyway, this is like my Bible that I take with me everywhere. So this goes in my my Mary Kay glittery bag, the one that came from Seminar. Anyway, whatever bag, that's irrelevant. This goes in there, and this comes with me every single day. I have this with me all the time because I believe it is important, and these are the things that I believe personally that I need to have with me all the time as a consultant. And that's kind of how I roll. So the first thing that's in there, of course, is my scribbler. Okay, so that's any kind of notes that I've got to make for the week or the day or whatever. It's all in there. So that's in there. Then I also have my Money Monday sheet, just so I don't forget. This tells me what I have to do for money management, okay, on Mondays. So on Mondays is when I do my banking. So I make a bank run and deposit all cash that I've gotten from the week before. I transfer any ProPay funds to my Mary Kay checking account. Enter my profile cards and sales tickets into InTouch. I log my sales onto my weekly accomplishment sheet if I haven't already done it. I'm usually pretty diligent and I write it in as I'm doing them, but like as I get sales. But if I haven't, I'm writing them down there on Mondays. I update my business tracking register to determine my 60-40 split. You guys who work really closely with me, you guys know that I do that. You've seen them before. I reorder my products that I've sold. Sometimes I'll do my orders on Sundays, but Mondays at the very latest. And then number 7 is I pay myself. So this is lucky number 7, Money Monday. If you would like this document, please let me know. I don't think I have this one on the Google Drive, but I can certainly put it up there. Next thing that I have is my actual, like an actual calendar. So this is for work, that shows me our fiscal year. So we run April to March, and then I just record any vacation days or sick days or anything like that I have, snow days, whatever, just for myself, so that I know if I've got a holiday on a certain day, I can like book facials and all that kind of stuff on that day too. Then I've got like my personal trackers, so things that I'm working toward or that I want. So it's funny enough that you're looking at this, it says dashing toward director, but I actually have a goal to kind of put myself through DIQ the next 4 months and bring in 24 personal team members. So I'm working toward that. And then of course my 100 faces, I only have 1 on there so far for March, guys. Boo. Anyway, that's okay. 100 faces in 3 months. So March, April, May, my goal is 100 faces. So I keep that in there and I just write her name. Okay. So, and then this is the Power 3. I have that one there, but I don't really know if I'm going to use it. And then this is the Perfect Month tracker as well. So my goal is 10 classes, 10 shows this month, which you guys know, and I've told you that openly. Okay. Then I've got some information that directors only can have, so I can't show you what that is, about products. Whoop, whoop. Then I also have like my weekly plan. So this is a bit different. This is like any time that I plan on doing like tips and videos and stuff like that in our Facebook group or in my clients' Facebook group. I have like a generic overall like week. So, you know, Mondays I might do Makeup Mondays or Move Up Monday. Tuesdays might be Tips and Tricks or Try It Tuesday or Team Building. Wednesday might be like Wednesday Wisdom or website, Working at Wednesdays. Anyways, all kinds of different just little themes basically is all I've got on there. And that could be like a post that I'm creating in my group. My Fitbit is buzzing on my arm. These are my thank you note scripts. I always have those with me in case I need to write a thank you note at any given time. Then I have our detailed unit plan. So that's just director, it's a director thing for us to kind of work. I have our unit club report. This is actually one of the latest reports that I got. Took it to the system about our average sales and all that kind of stuff and where we want to be. You guys have seen these before. These are the pockets that I put orders to be filed and orders to be filled in for my invoices. Those are in there. That stays with me every day. And then I've got my booking sheets. Okay, so that's the last thing that's in there. And it's, you know, my tracking leads. So these are my lead tracking sheets that look like this, right? Then I've got my booked parties. Okay, and of course I don't have one in there right now because I haven't booked any yet for March. Whoops. But these are what the sheets look like when they're filled out, or when they're the party coaching sheet. Okay, it's double-sided. You guys have seen that. That's up there in the booking as well. And anything that I really like, I've put Fallon's Fave in front of it, just so you know that those are probably documents that I actually work with on the Google Drive. So if you do see those, that's what they're there for. And then this is my list of people that I have to book with this month. Okay, so I'll just keep a running list. And then, of course, any leads and all that kind of stuff, like from like referral sheets and everything, they're all in there. So I've got to add them to my trackers. Anywho, so that's kind of like my everyday binder. This is something I keep with me all the time, and I think it really makes me more productive as a consultant because I have everything at the ready when I need it. Katie actually was really gracious, and she found these cute little bags at the Dollarama. I don't know if you're going to be able to find any more because Katie bought 6 of them. but this is going to be my new car office. So essentially time management is key. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're sitting idle in your car for 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes too long. Take something with you, have things with you to do things in your car. And I don't just mean note cards that are randomly in there because you might never have to write a note to anyone. I mean, have this with you all the time, have your planner with you all the time, and then have in here the things that you actually need, samples, those note cards. But you have to have a purpose for them, right? Like, don't just, you know, anyway, I'll show you what that looks like when I get to filled, because that's important. Okay, so that is all that I really had to kind of chat with you about for the time management piece. Okay, so I just want to go back to IPAs for a quick second. So IPAs are really important, okay? Daily, when you track your daily wins, it adds up to big wins when you do it consistently, because the small things that you do daily is what really gets you and propels you forward to where you actually need to be in Mary Kay, which is, you know, do all those income producing activities, do all non-income producing activities at a time when you're not supposed to be working Mary Kay, during like non-business hours. Okay, so for instance, 10 o'clock at night, you're not texting people to book, right? So 10 o'clock at night, you're going to label your brochures, or you're going to put together your hostess packet or your opportunity brochures or anything like that. So do key your customer profiles. Do those things in off hours. And I don't necessarily just mean your off hours, because your on hours might not be someone else's, but think about the general public. When they're not available, that's when you would do those non-income producing activities. Okay, hope that makes sense. So those are some tools that I think are really fabulous. If you've got any extras for time management, something that you use or anything like that, post it in the comments of this, because that'd be awesome too. Okay, so I'm going to walk you guys through now really quickly on In Touch under product and foundation workshop. It is a slideshow, okay, and I'm not going to show you the slideshow. I'm just going to actually talk to you about the products and stuff, but I want to walk you through foundations, so it gives you a little bit more about foundations and what you need to know. I'm going to do a little straight test and kind of show you the difference of the brushes as well. I need a mirror right there, just 1 second. So I just want to show you that as well. And then I'm going to give you a booking script to do some Paddy's Day bookings, to get some bookings for the next couple of weeks, okay? So let me just scroll back to the top, because I scrolled right to the bottom to make sure I had all the products on my desk, so I was ready. Didn't have to get up and go away. Okay, so basically the whole purpose of the foundation workshop, and guys, there are workshops on each of our skincare lines, okay, and this foundation one is one as well. I'm not sure, but there might be one on ChromaFusion also. Have a look under the product section on In Touch. Like, if you haven't been on there to play around, have a look, because there's some really, really, really great information on there, okay? So In Touch, product, super important. Okay, so at the end of the workshop, it's basically designed for you to understand why women need foundation, the importance of foundation to your business, because a lot of us are afraid of foundations, but it's important, the benefits of our foundations, and then how to help your customer find the foundation that's right for them. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of this training. So why do women need foundation? Why do we need foundation? Well, it gives our skin a flawless look, which is super important. Like, I don't look anything like flawless right now, because now you can see all my redness. And well, it's toned down now a little bit, but typically I don't want anyone to see that, because I'm red right down to like here. And that's not something I want. So the other purpose of foundation is to even out skin tone, which is my biggest thing. Like, for me, you can see how red I am, right? So I want that skin tone to be evened out. I don't care about my freckles showing through or anything like that, but I want my skin tone evened out. I don't want this red showing. Again, I just played soccer too, so I'm like overheated, but I don't want that red showing through. Okay, so I want to even my skin tone. And then thirdly, it's to protect our skin from the environment. So if you have a foundation, especially a foundation like, did I throw this out? That's pretty good. We're off to a hot start. I just told you I had everything I needed. Especially a foundation like CC Cream that has SPF in it. You want this because it's going to help protect your skin from the environment, right? UV rays. So 3 reasons typically why women need foundation. Either they want to give themselves a flawless look, they want to even out their skin tone, or, we also because we want to protect ourselves from the environment. So that's super important. So 9 out of 10 women want someone to help them find their perfect foundation match, which is really funny because oftentimes we see people and we don't realize that, like, you might think that you're clueless when it comes to foundation, but everyone is. Women are genuinely clueless when it comes to foundation, and they're frightened to death of it, and that's why they don't wear it. A lot of women don't wear foundation, not because they don't like it, they don't like the feel of it or any of that crap. They just don't know the color. They don't know what color to use. Maybe they use liquid foundation, they didn't like how it felt, they didn't know there was another kind of foundation. So it's important for you as their consultant to let them know. Okay, so I want to quickly talk to you about the different types of foundation. So the first one that we have is the mineral foundation. If you didn't know, this is a mirror. Okay, right in the top of the cover. If you didn't know that, you know it now. So our mineral powder foundations are it's a weightless skin perfecting powder that controls shine. So if you are an oily gal, you will typically like this foundation. Okay, lines and wrinkles seem to disappear. It is for all skin types, and it has a natural or matte finish. It's suitable for sensitive skin, and it comes in 12 shades. So women often like this because it's super low maintenance, right? They're just going to take it out, open it up. It's got this little click device, which is perfect. So this like locks and unlocks so that your powder, see how it just poofed out? So it doesn't spill everywhere in your bag. And then you're just going to use the powder foundation brush, which looks like this, just like the flat brush, and you're just going to dab it in. I'm going to have this all over my face. What color is this? Ivory too. Anyway, and you're just going to put it right on. Now, for me, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Because the end of this is going to tell you to try foundation this week that you've never tried before. I've never used powder foundations. I've just never really used them. But it's probably something I'll try. Maybe I'll try that this week. Maybe this week I will try our powder foundations. Okay? But that's all you do. So it just gives a really light little coverage. You can kind of see how it's toned down that redness a little bit. So it's just a really lightweight foundation. That's all it is. Mineral powders. Our powders are milled 6 times. The industry standard is 3. So they're super, super fine. Okay? So mineral powder foundation. Amazing. Sell them. The next one that we have, of course, is our new 3D foundations. Now we have matte and we have luminous. Matte is, of course, for an oily skin gal or a combination oily. And then luminous is normal to dry skin. So this one here gives us more accurate shades to perfectly seamlessly match more skin tones than ever. So even more so than our old Time-Wise liquid foundations. It does include our age minimized 3D complex. So, right, defend, delay, and deliver all the benefits that our skincare has. It's in this foundation. So this is really important too. This is an age-defying foundation. It's an anti-aging foundation. That is huge, okay? Huge. It's got natural looking coverage with either 12 hours of oil control or 12 hours of moisturization. So depending on what you need. I don't need oil control. I need moisture. So that is in here. So depending on the foundation that you're using now, maybe you would try to switch to this one because it's 12 hours of control, okay? Again, luminous or matte finishes, so whatever works best for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the luminous foundations, okay? Provides a long-lasting luminous finish. So for me, that's what I love. I'm dry as the Sahara. I need luminous, okay? 12 hours of moisturization, that's what you're going to get. It is humidity and sweat resistant. Hello, love it, okay? Includes the age minimized 3D complex. Skin looks instantly brightened and foundation looks fresh all day. And I can tell you that I wear this foundation regularly every day and it is amazing. Okay. It contains light reflecting minerals plus jojoba for lasting comfort. Jojoba. Jojoba? So, it's someone else. I think that's a fruit, right? Yeah. It also won't settle into your fine line. So this is really great as well. Because a lot of times people will say to me, oh my God, like my face looks like it's cracking here or around my nose. But this doesn't settle into those fine lines. So it's really, really good too. 9 out of 10 women said that Time-Wise Luminous 3D Foundation provides a seamless match to my skin tone. 90% of them said that. Natural looking finish. 90% 90% of them said that. Smooths the appearance of fine lines, 91% said that. And then feels comfortable on my skin, 92% said that. So also super important. So on the flip side, the matte ones, they provide a long-lasting matte finish. They're going to give you 12 hours of oil control, still humidity and sweat resistant, still include the Age 3D Minimize Complex, okay? 9 out of 10 women said they provide a seamless match to my skin tone, natural looking finish, helps reduce shine throughout the day, and feels comfortable on my skin and does not feel drying. So that's important too, because just because you have oily skin doesn't mean you don't need hydration. So that is important, okay? So next type of foundation that we have is our Endless Performance Creamed Powder. So it comes just like this. You would open it up. My nails are super long and need to be done next week. So you open it up and it's just, it is cream. Like it's cream, okay? But then it turns to powder. Cream to powder, okay? So this one is heat and humidity resistant. This stays true and appears fresh for 12 hours. Buildable coverage that glides on as a lightweight cream and dries to a soft powdery finish. These are also amazing for contouring, okay? I'm just going to say that. And there are, I think, 16 shades in this one, okay? I'll confirm that. But anyhow, this is a really, really great foundation for contouring. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you are an oily skin gal, this is the best coverage for you. This is also our best coverage foundation, by the way, of all of them. Because, I wonder, can I show you how it looks on the skin there? No, this is not my right color. Ivory 3. Okay, but this one will actually cover up. Like, I just want to see if I can play here. Okay, let me just see if I can get into the camera. This is the type of foundation that will cover up like your freckles. Come on. Okay, so if you're looking for coverage, this is your baby, just so you know. If you're someone who's like, I want coverage, this is the one you need. Okay, next one is one of my personal favorites. It's the CC Cream. This is my favorite, like, everyday, simple, go-to foundation because it's super easy, super lightweight. It's UVA and UVB broad spectrum protection, SPF 15. It's a lightweight coverage, oil-free moisturization for up to 10 hours. So that's important too. It is oil-free. All skin types, natural finish, suitable for sensitive skin, and only comes in 5 shades. So it does have a tonal match. What's really cool about it is that it has a pump feature. So one pump should basically do your whole face. Unless you're not hydrated properly, then you may need a bit more. But one pump should cover you for foundation, okay? All right, next thing with foundation, of course, is really important to have a good primer. So this is our foundation primer with SPF 15. So primer extends the wear of foundation. Okay, that's essentially what it does. This is what it looks like. It's really hard for you to see. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. Hard to see, but anyway, it's clear. Okay, it's like silk, absolute silk. Okay, so the secret to creating an even, flawless canvas is primer. It helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and other skin imperfections. I'm going to actually put that foundation on here and then here over the primer so you can actually see it. It can be used with any Mary Kay foundation. It's suitable for sensitive skin. It's oil-free and fragrance-free. And it's non-comedogenic, which means it won't clog your pores. Ah, so cool. So cool. Okay, so I don't know how close. I'm going to try to see if I can take a picture, but you can't, like, so I have the primer on this side. You can't really see my pores through it, but there you definitely can. So, like, no pores, pores. So that's just really simply shows you our foundation primer, and I'm kind of happy with that. Super awesome. You ever want to do a demo of the foundation primer? Do it on an orange. Okay, an orange. It's incredible. And of course, people will see it in their face. So here's a recommendation and a tip for you. Go forward for your skincare classes. I would totally have everybody wash their full face. And then I would have them apply the primer, skincare to only one side. Primer, eye cream, moisturizer to only one side. Or eye cream, moisturizer, primer to one side. And then do CC cream on the whole face. And I want them to see the difference that the skincare has made to the face versus just foundation. Okay, so that's just a tip for you for your skincare classes. Go forward. So of course we've got different brushes for foundation, right? So we've got the liquid foundation brush, which looks like this. It's angled. Okay. It's really, really nice that it's angled, and it's also like really flat because it allows you to get really in close. It gives you a stipple, buff, and blend. Okay, so you can do all three with this brush. It's designed to allow you to apply product directly on the brush for no mess application. So if I'm applying my foundation with this, I just take it right from the tube and I squirt it right on there, and then I just dab and I apply with it. I don't mess my hands at all, which is perfect. Okay, the next thing, of course, is our blending sponge. Okay, it is huge. Okay, this is my own personal one, by the way. It is huge. Okay, so it's a versatile, reusable tool that can help you achieve a flawless finish. This is important. It features an easy to grip ergonomic design and custom dual edges. It's perfect for precision application and blending of liquid and cream foundations, concealers, and more. So you can use this with any foundation, including this one. The flat end is perfect for blending larger areas, so like your cheeks and stuff. The pointed tip is designed for hard to reach areas such as under eyes. Okay. A unique and open cell structure is designed to allow the sponge to absorb water and less product. Okay. So it's not going to eat up your product, which is important. That's the whole reason you wet these, by the way, so that it doesn't eat up your foundation. Okay, so the next thing, of course, that I'm going to talk about, which I showed you earlier, is the powder foundation brush. So same thing. This one's got a bit more of a rounded edge to it. It's not flat, okay, but it's like, it's kind of like a haircut. Funny haircut. Provides perfect pickup and even controlled application of powder foundation for a natural finish. So this is strictly for powder foundation, okay? So selecting the right foundation. 91% of women would love it, said they would love it, if someone would help them find the perfect foundation match. The right foundation formula and shade can make skin look smooth and flawless, which is exactly what women want, okay? So, to find the perfect formula for your customer, there's questions that you've got to ask her. There's only 3 simple questions, okay? Ready? What are they? Ready? 3 simple questions to find out what foundation your customer needs. First question, what do you want most from your foundation? So she's going to be like, I don't have a clue. Or she's going to say, I want coverage. She's going to say, I want my skin tone even. I want oil control. These are the things she's going to tell you. Second thing that you're going to ask her is, what is your skin type? Are you normal? Are you dry? Combination? Oily? She's going to tell you that. Third thing you're going to ask her is that, what is the foundation finish that you prefer after application? So when your foundation is on, of course, you can still see this cream to powder. That is amazing. Anyway, when your foundation is applied, what finish do you want? Do you want luminous? Do you want matte? What do you want to look like? And she might go, I don't know what you're talking about. So you're just going to say to her, matte just means basically flat. Luminous is going to give you like a little bit of a shimmer, a little bit of a glow. Okay. Maybe shimmer is not the right word. Just say glow. Because if she thinks shimmer, she might think she's coming out like Edward Cullen, and no one wants that. So, glow. Okay? So those are 3 questions you're going to ask her in determining the right formula for her. So if she tells you that she wants a matte finish, then you're not going to put a luminous foundation on her, right? You're probably going to use either our matte liquid foundation, or you're going to use a mineral powder. You might even use the creamed powder. So you've kind of got more options. If she tells you luminous, you know that you're going to tend to go to a liquid, or you're going to like the liquid Ton-Was, or you're going to go to CC cream. Okay. CC creams don't really give a matte finish. Okay. So selecting the right foundation formula, let's get right down into it. So what do you want most from your foundation? And sometimes women are going to go, I don't really know. So give them some options, okay? You know, do you want age defying? Do you want minerals? Do you want moisturization? Do you want oil control? Do you want sunscreen? If you give her those 5 options, again, don't forget this slideshow is online product and it's foundation workshop. So if you ask her those questions, that's going to tell you. If she says age defying, boom. If she says minerals, boom. If she says moisturization, you can kind of go either, you can go here or you can go here, okay? If she says oil control, I would go here or here. If she says sunscreen, you're going to go here, okay? So that helps you narrow down like the field of what you're looking for. So again, what's your skin type? Normal, dry, combination, oily. What's the foundation finish you prefer? Luminous, dewy, matte, or natural. Those are the 3 things, okay? So again, there's actually a chart here that gives you what she wants. Like if she tells you she wants age defying and she's got normal dry skin, it gives you exactly the foundation that she would use. So it would be Time Wise Luminous 3D. If she has, for example, let's say she says she wants oil control, but her skin is combination oily, she's going to go with either 3D matte, cream to powder. Those are the two. But if she's normal dry, okay, so she wants oil control but she's normal dry, they're suggesting cream to powder and not this one. Okay, so just a thought for you. So selecting the right foundation shade. This is a question I get a lot, and I get it from consultants too. They're like, how do I know which foundation I need, or how do I know my shade, or anything like that? So if your customer chooses to try the 3D foundation, you want to test her, you want to find her skin tone range and then her undertone, and then conduct a stripe test. So it's 3 steps. Your customer will most likely be able to tell you if she's ivory, beige, or bronze. Guys, I'm ivory, okay? If she's fair, she's ivory. If she's like kind of in the middle, she's probably beige, and bronze is bronze. You guys know what bronze is, okay? Then you got to determine her undertone. You can ask her a few questions to determine if she's cool, if she's warm, or if she's neutral, because of course that's how our foundations work, right? So this one, for example, is beige N150, and this one is, you can't see it, cool 110. I gotta figure out the right spot bust. Anyway, cool 110. So neutral and cool. It's all about the undertone in these new foundations. So how does your skin respond to the sun? And it's funny because someone who asked me this, oh, Michelle asked me this the other day or a couple of weeks ago, and I said to her, how does your skin respond to the sun? Do you burn? Does your skin stay the same? Do you burn but then your tone deepens? You rarely burn, or your tone deepens throughout the summer, meaning you get darker and darker. So let's say, for example, she says to you, I burn or turn red easily. That's me. That means she's cool, okay? But sometimes my skin does burn, and then my skin tone will deepen after, which would make me a neutral. If I said to you that I rarely burn, or that my skin deepens as we go, I'm warm, okay? We do have a foundation tool finder. I have no idea where mine is. That'll tell you how often I use it. So it's easy to use and can provide a starting point of shades to try in your stripe test. So it comes in your starter kit. It's got all the little colors of foundation, and you would just hold that up to her neckline, and that'll give you like a couple of choices for the 3 shades or 2 shades that you think would closest match your customer, okay? So when you conduct a stripe test, and that's kind of what I want to show you tonight, that's the main thing actually about foundations I want to show you. The most effective way to find your customer's perfect shade is by conducting a simple stripe test. So don't get overwhelmed, just simple stripe test. Have your customer do a stripe test on her jawline with 2 or 3 shades of the formula of her choice. The correct shade should disappear in the skin and blend with the skin tone of the neck. So I'm going to do 3 here. Now I know you guys are like, haha, we already seen this before. But I don't care. Actually, I'm not going to do this one because that's beige in 150. That is not in my realm at all. I'm going to show you these. So this is Cool 110. And for some reason, it is swelling out of the tube, and I don't know why. But anyhow, here we go. Okay, so this is Cool 110. You guys might have a hard time seeing this, actually, now that I'm thinking this. But anyhow, let me get my mirror. Let me get my mirror out. I had a lot on there. It's all good. Gone right down my neck. Okay, so that's Cool 110. And then I'm going to do Neutral 140 right next to it on a different finger, because of course that makes a difference as well. This is what you're going to have her do. Ideally, you would not touch her, so you would use like a doe foot applicator or something, or I mean, she could stripe test herself as well, so that's fine too. And then so I'm going to go with this one back here, a little bit longer. Okay, so it's kind of funny because you can't really see it right now with this light, but Cool 110. Let me see if I can get closer. So Cool 110 is here, and then this is Neutral 140. What would you say? What would you say? First one or the second one? The cool shade or the neutral shade? So right now I'm wearing the neutral shade. I don't wear the cool shade because it's way too light for me. Right? So I do wear neutral 140, which is funny because my skin does present as cool. Or it might sound like it with my burning, but anyway, so this is how you would do it. Okay, so you would just basically see which one disappears, which one can you not see. You can obviously see this is like, hello, I'm a ghost now. So you're not gonna keep that on her face, right? But this is a really great way for you to be able to see the strike test. Okay, and this is exactly what you're going to do with your customers. Don't get overwhelmed by foundations, just do a strike test, and it is so easy to do. Okay, so here's a couple more helpful tips. Customers should always test on her jawline, never on the back of their hand. That's really important. I know, look at these, still got primers on there. Never on the back of the hand or on like the up here even, because you need it to blend with the neck, because you do not want to have that demarcation line, right? Nobody wants an orange jawline. You always want to look at shades in natural light. If you don't have natural light, make sure that you've got your selfie light. Of course, mine is attached to my phone there right now. Allow time for dry. Okay, so foundation adapts to the skin, so allow it to dry. You can still see that is sticking out like a sore thumb. We are not using that, but allow it to dry because you want it to settle in so that you can actually make sure that that's the right shade for her. Okay, so make sure it settles in fine. You know, if this were settling in and it was super deep, you're not going to keep that on my skin. If this one settles in and it blends right in, then that's fine. But you can clearly see it's like I took white out to my neck, which is great. I'm not that light. Color can look different when blended as well. So if I were to use a different tool, perhaps it might look a little bit different. And if there's something where you can't decide between two shades, always choose the shade that's a little bit darker, because you got to remember it's on the neck right now. So if there's two shades, if both of these shades were really close, I would still go with the neutral 140, because this one, when it came up onto my whole face, would probably wipe me out. Okay, so keep that in mind. Always choose a shade that's a little bit darker. Skin tone can be lighter in the winter months and darker in the summer months. So that's usually the case for me. I usually do tone it down in the winter compared to the summer. Of course, you would just adapt the skin or the foundation to the seasonal change. And yeah, okay, so some additional products that we do have, of course, for foundations and your flawless finish would be our concealers, our under eye correctors. So concealers are lightweight formula that allow you to conceal and camouflage. They're creamy, crease-proof coverage. They're light diffusing technology that helps blur the appearance of fine lines and optically correct minor imperfections. So that's great too. They do improve the look of skin discoloration. So before I do my foundation, I always put my concealer on this red, actually, to cover it a bit more. So it helps hide the appearance of redness, so skin appears more even. Okay, so I do when I do my foundation, I actually put my concealer. This is my concealer, so I'll just show you. So I will put it out like this onto my skin. Okay, and I will actually use that. See how it mats the redness a bit more? And I'll use it like around my nose and like on my chin and stuff too. So I actually do use the concealer to mat out my redness a little bit before I actually apply my foundation. Then of course there's the under eye corrector. Wakes up tired looking eyes. Does it ever? It's a peach shade, one shade only, because that is the shade that mattes purple. It layers with skin tone concealer for natural seamless coverage, which we know. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this. And of course I don't have my concealer brush up here, so bear with me. So I close my eye because I actually use this right in the corner and on my lid, because my lids are darker as well. So just bear with me, guys. Okay, so you see the difference in my two eyes right now? Might be hard for you to see, but this one is clearly blacker, right? So to me, this just gives, and I would probably go back in with a little bit more, but this gives you a total wake up look, right? Your skin is just totally awake. And of course, now I've got no redness on this side either. So this side of my face is sensible and this side is not. Okay. So the under eye corrector, fabulous, fabulous product. Then we also have Sheer Mineral Press Powders. They come in 6 shades. They look very similar to the cream to powder, same kind of formula. It's just powder pressed in. Lightweight, ultra-fine powder that imparts an invisible layer of oil-absorbing coverage. That's a hard one to say. And keeps makeup looking fresh throughout the day. Helps control shine and excess oil for 8 hours. Guys, I'm getting like mouth marbles now, so soon time to sign off. Suitable for sensitive skin. Is oil-free and non-comedogenic. Not going to gum up your pores. Then, of course, we have our translucent loose powder. Okay, so this is great for just a matte coverage for anyone. Provides a sheer invisible finish on every skin tone. Okay, this one was not locked. Great. It feels weightless, natural, and velvety soft. So same thing, you would just use your powder foundation brush. That is a lot, but anyway, it's fine. It's all good. Okay, so you would just use this all over the face to just matte and basically set your foundation, really. Okay, it eliminates the need for shade matching, of course, if you're using this. So if you're just using this as like an oil control, you're not going to need to worry about it. Anyone can use it. Okay, it controls unwanted shine all day. So if you're someone who has shiny, you may want to like use this over and over. So the other thing that I want to do, so that's the end of the presentation in terms of the foundation workshop. But the other thing I want to do is I don't know if I sent it in the Snapchat group, but I want to show you on this mirror the difference, because someone asked me about which brush was better for coverage. So I just want to show you the difference in our brushes. Okay, and I'm going to use this beige foundation. That's one of the demos, but I'm going to use this so you can see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is the blending sponge. Okay, so I'm going to actually swipe it right here on the mirror. You're going to laugh now. But anyway, okay, so here is the coverage of the blending sponge. Okay, blending sponge. Next thing that I'm going to use is the liquid foundation brush. And I'm going to just put it right out onto here. Same amount. More, no less. And I'm going to just swipe down, okay? So that's the liquid foundation brush. I think maybe I can just do one more swipe either way still, okay? Liquid foundation brush. And then the third one is the blending brush. Okay, so that's this one here. Jamie commented earlier and said she really likes this one. This is actually a new favorite of mine as well. Okay, so blending sponge, liquid brush, and now I'm going to do this one. Funny enough, actually, this one's presenting a little bit lighter. Okay. So the liquid I feel presented as dark because of how I had it spaced. But anyhow, that just kind of shows you the difference in the brushes. Okay. I tend to find you actually get to use this one. This one is really great for, that was a good experiment, but anyhow, this one is really great for, I guess, I don't know how you'd word it, but a little bit of beige going in here too. This should be really nice and sexy on my face. This one's really good for under the eye area, I find, for like really getting the good coverage that you need. I can't use my mirror now because it's full of foundation. Ha ha ha. Hee. Okay, so see how, like, I almost feel like this just gives you a perfect, like, you can't see any of my freckles there. You can see, obviously, where it's too under the eye, so you can kind of see the difference. Right? But, like, see how matted that is? It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how good a coverage it gives. And then I'll just do the other cheek with the liquid brush, so you can kind of see that, too. What I also like about this one is that the bristles are packed so tight that you don't get that streaky line that you sometimes get with the liquid brush. Now, I love the liquid brush too, but it's a bit more. Okay, so I really feel like this one is giving me more coverage. It is, right? You guys agree? Okay, so anyhow, that's just a little bit about foundations and some of the brushes that we have and different things like that. And of course, some time management stuff at the start. This is going to be a long video. It's an hour. So for anyone who's watching and watching it back, if you got the hour, take the time. Do it in a non-income producing time. Okay, I got to go wash my face now. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Next week, I'm going to cover money management and... see, what is my color? What's my color next week? I'll tell you now. Just one second. Next week, I'm doing eyeshadow, blush, highlight, and contour. Okay? So, it's going to be all about finding eye and face shapes. So, it's important. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a really good night. Hopefully, the weather holds up for a Saturday because, of course, we are doing our movie night Saturday. And, of course, there's another storm coming. I will play it by ear and see. I don't want anyone out on the roads if it's going to be crappy. So I will make a call mid-afternoon to let you guys know. And if we have to reschedule, we do. Safety first. But hopefully we'll get to go ahead Saturday night. So see you guys in. And if not, I will see you at our meeting on Tuesday. Bye.